and welcome to your first Sprint and Strength Tech Prep program right here. My name is Julia. I am your program manager here in Fort Collins, and I'm here with.
Hello, I'm Christie, and I am the program manager in Vancouver, Washington. And we're super excited about this program.
So excited, everyone. Let's take a look here. This is your calendar, your strength and sprint and strength calendar and tracker. We'll get a little bit more into that tracker. But first of all, I want you to see the very obvious here. We have our swim leg or row leg in blue, and our blue days are Mondays. So Mondays, we're going to focus on anything swim or row related. We're also doing our strength, very specific strength exercises for that swim leg, for that row leg on Mondays. Wednesdays is our orange day. That's where we'll focus on our bike, cardio, but also on those 4 bike strength exercises. And Fridays are green. That's where we walk, that's where we run, and that's where we do our strength or cardio exercises that will help you become a stronger and faster walker or runner. So I hope up to this point it makes sense, but I wanted you, Christy, to go a little bit more into those specific strength exercises that we have picked for each of the legs.
Great. Yes. So, as Julia had mentioned, each leg is going to be color coded. So, we're going to have 4 strength exercises per leg. So, with these exercises too, there's going to be links associated to each one, so you can see what the exercise is and how to properly do it. There's also modifications that we're showing in those videos. And I wanted to point out really quick is we really want this program to be accessible to everybody. So if you are a newcomer to the program, you're going to do the first column, or that's your suggested calendar. So this is where you can complete a sprint triathlon over the 3-week period. Now, if you've done triathlons in the past, you really kind of want to make this like a speed challenge. We would recommend that you do the second column or something similar to that. And that's where you're going to do a sprint triathlon each week. So that's kind of how they're broken up, just as suggestions for you. And so we're kind of, as Julie said, talking about the strength exercises plus getting those cardio legs in. So we wanted to talk about how you track it. First, you're going to start with your cardio distances. We have those color coded as well. So your swim is kind of that teal color. Your bike is going to be that orange, and about that gray color is going to be your walk and run. So at the top, it's just showing you for swim, it's going to be in yards. If you're doing meters, the measurements in meters for the row. Then we have bike miles and walk and run miles. So I wanted to show you if you input information. So let's say you did a 100-yard swim. You place that in there, and then it's going to show you the percentage you did and the kind of yards you did. Now, same thing, if you did a 500-meter row, it's going to calculate that as well. Bike miles, you just put in the miles that you did. It shows you, again, percentage completed. So that's how you're going to do your cardio distances. Julia, can you tell them kind of how we're going to do the strength exercises?
Yeah, I like the tracker because especially your cardio tracker, you want to get to 100%, no, to get to see that number grow, get 100% at each. If you are only going for that's your first sprint triathlon, you're going for that one distance. But for our intermediate and advanced triathletes, you get to 300% of each. Isn't that right? You want to see that at 300%, no, at the end of the 3 weeks, if you are actually
Yeah.
going to do 3 of those. So excited for all of you. Yeah, let's look at those strength exercises. We got a pretty intuitive tracker here. We created this And as you can see here, this is your green leg, your walking, running leg. Most of your exercises for that run is going to be more body weight, a little bit more cardio. So you are able to write in your sets and reps that you did, the weight option for some of those. Obviously, if you were intermediate advanced, you can always put on a weighted vest. But for everybody else, these are body weight exercises. So here's your walking, running strength exercises. Then we'll go up and look at the orange exercises, our bike strength exercises. Here you see there's only the side plank, which is your body weight exercise. Once again, if you want to challenge yourself in that third week, you can absolutely wear a weighted vest. And then all the way up on top, we got our swim exercises, our blue leg. And here we got the Russian twist. And all of the videos are linked to that first page here, that first tab. So if you were like, oh, what was that pullover again? Well, go and see. Zach explains it real nicely in that video that is linked. Okay, and then, so seems pretty. If you have any questions, obviously everybody reach out to Christy, myself, or another team member, but I feel like you got this. And there's only one thing to do at the end of the challenge. And Christy, that's the checklist. So checkout list. How do we check all of these? And I feel like all of our Techman Tribe participants from the past, it seems really familiar. These look very similar. So Christy, tell us a little bit about this checklist.
Great. Yes. So with this one here, start tracking your distances. That's going to be the first thing. We both recommend after you do that exercise, go ahead and record it as soon as possible. I know for me is if I don't do it right away, then I start second guessing myself on what was my distance? What did I really do? So definitely throughout the challenge throughout the prep program, we definitely recommend keeping track and using that first tab to help, or excuse me, the second and third tabs to help you with your distances and your strength training exercises. Then you're going to, at the end of the program, enter your final distances into the tracker. So we won't need you to enter your strength exercises. That tracker is really for you to see how that is going. With the final distances for the tracker, all you're going to need to do is submit your final percentages. We don't need the tracker to be sent to us. It's just looking at your final percentages, which is again going to be on your cardio tracker, which is on the second tab. Here we have then the links to check out, really trying to make it all in one place to make it really convenient. And so you don't have to kind of hop from document to document. As Julia said, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to either of us or your program manager. And we're super excited for you to join this
So
program.
excited.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much all we have for the tracker. Julia,
Yep.
anything that you wanted to add for that?
No, but I feel like every year when you redo and when we get feedback from everybody, creating this one-stop shop tracker is just so great. Look at all the tabs on the bottom. I think it's a really great tool to help you. So, but yep, don't be nervous to reach out if you do have any questions, okay? So I'm excited. Let's get started, everybody. Let's get this first sprint and strength prep program started. I'm excited. Christy is excited. And we hope that you are also that excited.
Great.
Thanks
Thank you,
for watching,
everyone.
everybody.
Yes.
See you later.